A mystery that stirs the soul. Picture a woman rocking gently in a chair on her porch in a small Georgia town. Her name's Ruth, and she's 69. She's holding a mug of hot apple cider, surrounded by the golden leaves of fall. She's alone, no husband, no boyfriend, no dating apps buzzing on her phone. Yet her eyes sparkle, and her smile hides a secret that makes your heart skip a beat. Why is she alone? What power lies in her choice to live without a partner in a world that shouts, "You need someone by your side"? Ruth isn't lonely. She's not lost. She's a challenge. Her solitude isn't a lack of love, it's love's boldest form, love for herself. That choice unsettles, excites, makes people whisper, how can she be happy alone? Today, we're unraveling the mystery of women who choose themselves. Through stories that'll warm your heart and tips that could shift your life, we'll show why these women aren't a puzzle, they're a beacon. Stay with us, this story might awaken something you've long forgotten. Why is she alone? Busting old myths. Myth 1, solitude is emptiness. The world loves to say a woman without a partner has a hole in her heart. But Ruth just laughs. My life's not an empty house, she says. It's a garden I've planted and grown myself. Her solitude isn't absence, it's space. Space for dreams, creativity, freedom. She's not waiting for someone to color her days. She's painting them herself, with vibrant hues she's chosen. Story from life, Dorothy, 71, from Oregon, spent years living for others, her husband, kids, neighbors. But at 65, she said, enough. She bought a little seaside cottage and started writing stories. Solitude isn't silence, she shares. It's the music I finally heard inside me. Now her stories are read at the local book club, and her laughter is contagious. Tip: if solitude feels scary, start small. Spend an evening with yourself, play some Frank Sinatra, light a candle, ask, what do I want? As poet Walt Whitman said, I am large, I contain multitudes. Find your multitude. Myth 2, she's alone because no one chose her. People whisper, if she's alone, no one wanted her. But Ruth isn't chasing a knight in shining armor. She's her own queen. Her solitude isn't defeat, it's a choice. She's tired of relationships that made her feel smaller than she is. I'm not cold, she says. I'm just done dimming my light for those who can't see it. Example, Edna, 70, from Texas, went through a divorce that left her thinking she wasn't good enough. But years of solitude taught her otherwise. I started dancing to country tunes in my living room, she laughs. And I realized, I'm worth a standing ovation. Now Edna teaches other women at her dance club to find joy in themselves. Tip: stop waiting to be chosen. Choose yourself. Write a list of what makes you happy, park walks, baking pies, reading under a blanket, and do it. As Oprah Winfrey said, you become what you believe. Myth 3, she's afraid of love. Society loves labels, she's alone because she's closed off. But Ruth isn't afraid of love. She knows exactly what kind she wants. She's done with empty promises or relationships that ask her to be a shadow. She craves a love that doesn't cage her but lifts her, like a breeze that carries, not breaks. Story: Grace, 68, from Maine, once loved so deeply she lost herself. I gave everything, she recalls. But he didn't see me. I left, and that was my awakening. Now Grace paints sunsets and says, love isn't sacrifice. It's a dance of two free souls. Tip: if you're scared love will hurt again, start with self-love. Do something daily to remind yourself of your worth, a warm bath, a kind word in the mirror, tea under the stars. As Buddha said, you yourself are your greatest light. The power of solitude, the secret of her freedom. The shadow she embraced. Carl Gustav Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life. Ruth faced her unconscious. In the quiet of solitude, she unpacked her fears, childhood wounds, and the world's expectations. She stopped being who others wanted and became herself. That's terrifying to some, because a woman who knows herself can't be controlled. Example, Betty, 72, from Florida, hid her dreams for years to please others. After her husband passed, she was alone and asked, "Who am I?" She started journaling and found a strength she didn't know she had. Solitude isn't the end, she says. It's the start of finding yourself. Tip: face your shadow. Write down your fears and ask, what are they teaching me? Start with 5 minutes of quiet each day, listening to your heart. It's your first step to freedom. A fortress, not a cage. The world sees her solitude as a wall, but for Ruth, it's a fortress. She built it not to shut out the world but to protect her soul. She opens her doors only to those who come with sincerity. Her solitude isn't isolation, it's a choice to live in harmony with herself. Story: Marge, 70, from Colorado, walked away from relationships that demanded sacrifice. I was tired of fading, she says. Now I knit sweaters and bake cookies for neighbors. This is my life. Her home's become a gathering spot for friends, and her warmth is infectious. Tip: build your fortress. Create rituals that feed your soul: morning coffee, reading old novels, dancing to Elvis Presley. It's your way of telling the world, I'm here, and I'm enough. A love that doesn't dim her light. Ruth hasn't given up on love. She's waiting for one that doesn't ask her to hide her wings. She wants a partner who doesn't save her but sees her. Who doesn't fill a void but shares her fullness. Until that person comes, she's not rushing. Her solitude isn't waiting, it's a life brimming with meaning. Example: Alice, 67, from California, said no to a man who wanted her to give up her dream of opening a flower shop. I chose myself, she says. Now my roses bloom for everyone. Her shop's a place where women share stories of strength. Tip: don't settle for a love that shrinks you. Ask yourself, what do I want from a relationship? Hold that answer like a compass. As Maya Angelou said, love liberates, it doesn't bind. Why does her choice unsettle? A mirror that tells the truth. Ruth is a mirror, and not everyone's ready to look. Her strength, her peace, her choice to live without needing others challenges a world that often ties a woman's worth to her relationships. She doesn't shout about her freedom, but her presence speaks louder than words. It sparks admiration in those seeking themselves and fear in those hiding behind masks. Story: Laura, 71, from Arizona, faced criticism when she chose travel over marriage. They called me selfish, she laughs. But I've seen the Grand Canyon and sunsets in Santa Fe. I'm not selfish. I'm alive. Her photo albums inspire other women to start their own adventures. Tip: don't fear judgment. When criticism comes, ask, whose opinion is this? Theirs or mine? Live your truth. As Mark Twain said, the best way to cheer yourself up is to cheer somebody else up. A quiet revolution. Ruth doesn't wave flags or storm barricades. Her revolution is quiet. It's in saying no to what breaks her. It's in walking away from empty promises. It's in choosing herself, even when it's misunderstood. Her solitude is a protest against a world that asks women to dissolve into others. Example: Evelyn, 68, from Wisconsin, left a relationship that stifled her. I learned piano at 65, she says. Now I play Chopin for myself. Her music's become a freedom anthem for her friends. Tip: start your quiet revolution. Say no to one thing that drains you and replace it with something that brings joy. It's your first step to freedom. Practical steps: finding yourself in solitude. Ruth learned to see solitude not as emptiness but as opportunity. Here are steps that helped her and can help you. 1. Listen to your heart. Spend 10 minutes in quiet, asking, "What do I want?" Write your answers. It's your soul's conversation. 2. Create rituals. Morning coffee, an evening book, a starry night walk. These moments are your anchors, reminding you, you matter. 3. Chase your passions. Try something new: painting, dancing, writing. Ruth took up knitting, and it changed her life. What'll change yours? 4. Find your people. Seek friends who inspire you. Share stories, laugh, cry together. Community is strength. 5. Don't fear help. If solitude feels heavy, talk to a counselor. It's not weakness, it's caring for yourself, like watering a flower to make it bloom. Solitude as a path to the stars. Ruth stands on her porch, gazing at the stars. Her solitude isn't a shadow, it's a light. As the poet Rumi said, beyond ideas of right and wrong, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Her choice to live for herself is that field, where she found herself. She's not waiting for a prince or chasing rescue. She's found her strength, and that's her greatest triumph. If you see a woman who's chosen solitude, don't rush to pity her. Ask yourself, what if she knows something I don't? Her path is an invitation to look into your heart, embrace your shadow, build your fortress. And maybe, just maybe, find a love that doesn't shrink you but lifts you higher. Light your star. If this story lit a spark in you, don't let it fade. Give us a thumbs up to share its glow with others. Subscribe to catch more stories of strength, wisdom, and freedom. And drop a comment: have you ever chosen yourself? What changed? Your story's a star that could light someone's way. Let's build a constellation together.